What's up, Texans fans? Texans fan in rehab here, and today we're going to discuss the season predictions. I got to go 1 through 18, or excuse me, week 1 through week 18. We got to get it covered top to bottom. Here we go. Week 1, we got the Rams in LA, so we got to do the road thing or whatnot to start the season off. This is feeling to me like it's definitely going to be a win. I can't see us taking an L to start the season off. We got the most dynamic defense coming back. We got our offense is locked in and ready. Of course, we got all of our rookies that are locked in and loaded and ready to go, man. I think that this is definitely going to be a win for us this week. But let's hurry up and run through these real quick. Week 2, we got the Buccaneers, and this is our first primetime game. Primetime is going to be on a Monday night. It's going to be the Liberty Whiteout. Man, get there early, fans. Get there, be loud, show out, do your thing, man. I think that the Texans are going to need us because right now I'm feeling like the Buccaneers, they want their lick back from a couple years ago, man. So I actually have us taking the L in this game, man. I know that that's not a good start for us as far as it goes. We 1-2 based off of this, but I think that we're going to take the L, and then I think it's going to be, the trajectory is going to be up from here. Week 3, we are playing in Jacksonville. We have the Jaguars. I can't see the Jaguars outperforming the Texans. I don't think that their team matches up with what we have. However, here's the key part. And there's nothing, no knock on who they have as rookies and Travis coming in and do his thing. I think all of that'll be great, but I don't think that they can match up with us. But I think this is the thing to watch out. The key thing to watch out for. I think the refs are still going to be watching very, very hard on Azeez Al-Shaair. This is the game where last year he knocked out Trevor Lawrence, and I think that they're going to be making sure that whenever Trevor tries to address running or whatever, if Azeez gets even within a yard of him, you know what I'm saying? I think that they're gonna try to shut that down and try to throw the flags. So watch out for the flags to come out heavy in this game. All that said, despite that, I still think we take the dub because I don't think that anybody in our division can match up with us. That's a little foreshadowing. So the next week we have the Titans here in Houston. I think we take the dub. Long story short, I just can't see the Titans matching up with us. They have a crap show of an organization up there. Although they do have a young winner in Cam Ward, I think he's going to be dynamic. But I don't think that they have anything ready on that offense to put together to face what we got on the defense. So let's keep it rolling, man. We seem to always have to face the Ravens every single freaking year. I don't know what that's about. Since CJ's been in the league, there's certain teams that we have to face every year for whatever reason. So here we are again. We got the Ravens in Baltimore. Unfortunately, guys, I think it's still going to go the same way that it's been going. I think it's going to be a nice, tough fought game. I still think we're going to take the L. I hate to say it, but I do. So that's a rough start for us. That has us going 3-2 based off of what I'm seeing here. And then week 6, we got the bye week. Get to relax, heal our wounds, rest up a little bit. We'll probably be looking at some of the guys that we've had on injured reserve or, some of those reserves like Joe Mixon or whatnot, try to see what he might be capable of and see if he's ready to go. This is a prime time to make some decisions as far as where we have in our reserves as far as players and their conditions. So we'll be seeing some things, some fine decisions being made. And of course, hoping prayerfully we don't have any injuries that are impacting the roster any other kind of way. Week 7, let's jump into it. We got, once again, we're on the West Coast playing against Seattle. So Seattle Seahawks, this is a primetime game, our second primetime game of the season. So definitely we're getting more features this year. They got us at a 9 o'clock spot because it's West Coast time. So it's going to be a little rougher on the guys. It's going to be a little rougher on their bodies to try to get, maintenance and stuff accomplished or whatnot. But they did come off of a bye week, so they got a little bit of rest. And because of that, I got us taking the dub on that week. You know what I'm saying? So the next week, we have the 49ers. So we got the whole West Coast going down. But this time, we're playing at home. And so this is expected to be the H-Town Blue uniform day. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is going to be a tough matchup, with Brock Purdy and everybody that they got to show us on offense. Of course, the defense is always, dynamic. But I can't see us losing in the H-Town Blues, man. It just comes down to that. It's just that simple as that. So I got us taking the dub against the 49ers and H-Town Blues. Double back the next week. We're back here at home. We got the Broncos again. So this is week 9. Broncos here in town. I think, they got the coach that's going to definitely turn some things. Bo Nix is definitely showing that he's got a very capable arm and very capable of running that offense. Of course, they have Patrick Surtain II. He's a dynamic defensive back. But I think that we have more utility top to bottom on our squad to take on the Broncos. And I think that we're going to take the dub in that week. So all the way up through week 9. Week 10, we got the Jaguars for a second time. So You know, they had the home cooking the last time. Now we got the sauce this time. I think that it's going to be, you know, the home crowd advantage, home field advantage. I think we're going to, you know, definitely play based off of what happened in that first game. I think that there's going to be a little something extra in the undercurrent. I can't say that that's for sure right now, but I just got a feeling about how that's going to go. You know what I'm saying? So I think in week 10 against the Jaguars, we once again take the dub. So far, that's up through week 10, we've got 2 losses on the schedule. So just kind of keep that in mind. 2 losses, and I think it's what 7 wins. So 7-2 so far is looking pretty good for us. So we're trying to get that push into the playoffs. Week 11, we got the Titans again in Tennessee. Again, I don't really have much to say about Tennessee. You know the stunts that they've tried to pull on us. You know the H-Town, you know, Houston Oilers crap that they tried to pull on us. I wouldn't put it past them to try to do some stuff like that again, even though that they know the fortunes are not in their favor when they do that. But that being said, I still think we take the dub in that week. That's week 11 against the Titans. Week 12, we play the Bills. Once again, one of those teams that we seem to play a lot. But we play the Bills. This is on a short week in prime time. Once again, the third prime time opportunity that we have. This is a Thursday night game. So because it's a short week, because it's on prime time, well, not really because it's on prime time, but definitely because it's a short week, I don't see us matching up against that offense and the MVP and what they have to bring. I would love for us to take them down like we did the last time, but once again, I think they want their lick back real bad. So I got us taking the L against the Bills this week in week 12. Week 13, we're going up against Indy. Listen, they can't figure out the heads from the tails. You know, they just had Anthony Richardson, who they just pretty much just gave up on, and now they got Danny Dimes Jones. You know, he's supposed to be quarterback, you know, whatever. I don't think that team as a whole is good, so I got us taking a dub. And just again, foreshadowing, we got another game coming up against them. It's pretty much probably going to be a common theme here. Kansas City, once again, a team we seem to always play all the time, and in Kansas City, for whatever reason, it's always in Kansas City. I don't know what the schedule makers got up their sleeve, man, why it always turns out to be that way. But I think incrementally we keep getting better and better as we go against them. And I think this is the time that we have to push it over the top and turn the tides on this thing. So I have us taking the dub against Kansas City. You saw last week, they got a lot to play for, man. We left a lot of things on the field last week. We lost, some bad plays, bad calls, and of course, the biggest part, we had the injury to Tank Dell. Now, Tank Dell is looking like he's moving around at least a little bit. He's still on injured reserve pending whatever might happen. I think that they're holding him out to see what he might look like towards the end of the year. Could this be his comeback game? Could this be his comeback game? You know, keep a lookout for that. Week 15, we got the Cardinals here at home. This is the 4th primetime game. Will it be the last? To be determined. There's two games at the end of the season with TBD next to the schedule, so we don't know what's going to happen with those. But this is the 4th primetime game. This is on a Sunday night. And for this game, I got us taking the dub. Yes, Kyler Murray's going to be running across the field and doing all kind of things to give us all kind of, you know, wear us out. Cool. But I think that, again, our defense is built to cover all of these situations and circumstances that we're going to face with all the quarterbacks that we're going to face. And we're facing some of the most dynamic quarterbacks across the league this season. So I think that we're setting ready. Week 16, we got the Raiders. This is a later game. This is the same schedule, the same time slot as we do in week 1 against the Rams. This is the 3:25 West Coast schedule type game. Here at home, though, that's the advantage. It's here at home, so I don't know why it's a later schedule, but it is here at home, and I have us taking a dub here. We're gonna be taking advantage of those, you know, those longer tailgates, and everybody. I hope that you're gonna kind of reserve the liquor and whatnot. But please, fans, still show up inside the stadium. Please show up on time. Please be loud. Please do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And then week 17, we got the Chargers in LA again. How we end up in LA twice in the same year? You know, the West Coast thing is a trip, man. We got LA, we got Seattle, and we got LA once again. So how they come up with this schedule, man, I don't know, man. But we got the Chargers in LA, and this week, because again we're on the West Coast, I got us taking the L. I hate to say that, of course, I hate to say that, but I think because it's late in the season, I think that this one might be one that gets flexed for a primetime game, depending on what the Chargers do. Of course, I have the Texans taking a lot of dubs this year, so I think that this is going to be an opportunity for the game to be flexed into a primetime position. And being that it's so late in the season, and I think that we'll have our division locked up, I don't think that we want to put a whole lot of players in jeopardy of getting injured. I don't think we want to take that risk. So I have us taking the L in this particular week, only because of that reason. That's it. Only because of that reason. If they still have Justin Herbert and he's still still, clowning and doing his thing, I think that they're going to be fine. We don't need to push the issue as long as we're getting into the playoffs safely and we have everybody set and ready to go injury-wise. Hopefully we're healthy and we can get on into the playoffs. Week 18 against the Colts. What did I tell you? Same thing as it was before. We're here at home. It's no different than it was before. I think that the Colts are just not that team. They're just not that, whatever. Put that all together, and I got us 13-4 for the season. 13-4 is a quality season. It's a fantastic season. It's one of the best seasons that we've seen in a long time. I will be happy if we take some extra wins amongst that time frame. I have no complaints whatsoever. You won't hear anything from me. I just want us to roll into the playoffs with extreme health, take as high of a seed as we can. If we can get a bye week, please, let's get us a bye week so we can sit back and relax and rest some people and be ready to roll for that next week, man. I see us getting into the playoffs this year and going deep this year. I know that we've seen some dynamic games, of course, that we've played, and we've seen some crappy games even that we've played. But I think that this is the year that we have probably our best chance in a long time to really see our way to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl even. Am I being, facetious? No, I'm not being facetious. I really believe that we have a chance this year to get to the Super Bowl. So mark my words, I'm going to be following up on this week to week to week, and I'm going to be making sure that we can stay consistent with what this thing looks like. And I pray to God as a Texans fan that this is our year, man. Hey, man, tap back in with me, man. Follow me everywhere, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place. Texans fan in rehab, man. I'm out.